with a huge Game 2 victory. They win by 1. 2 times in this postseason they've lost by 1. There are only 2 losses. They win by 1. Their 13th straight victory, 105-104 over the Spurs. 13 in a row, guys. Dexter, Henry, Bryan, Fonseca, Anthony Gallo from WFAN. Guys, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. A lot better than I did about 20 minutes ago.
If you missed it during the game, the DJ here plays a heartbeat during tense moments. And people were upset during the fourth quarter as this game got real tight. But the Knicks are 2 games away, 2 wins away from being NBA champions for the first time in 53 years. For the first time since the majority of people here at Magic Hour, like since before they were born, if we're being honest. Another clutch win for the best fourth quarter team in the NBA.
16-point lead, they blew it, lost the lead, and still were able to pull it out in a game where Jalen Brunson didn't play well. The Knicks overall, I still don't think they played a really good game here in the finals, and they're still up 2-0, coming back home. A bunch of fans here have been talking to me as we had the break between the real live show and the postgame show here.
Yeah.
Fans think it's sweet, but I think they have every right to. I think they have every right to, but we're going to talk about that, and we're going to get into that with our guy, Bryan Lewis, who joins us, as he always does, after every postgame. Bryan joining us now. Bryan, I love what you have in the background here, sir. The closet door for you is open. Is that the closet door? No, it's not the closet door. That's just yourself. I thought you had the closet door open, because I think it's time to open up the closet and put your hand on the broom. It's time to start thinking sweep. What do you say, Mr. Lewis?
Well, clearly Fonseca thinking sweep. I note how he said 2 games away. There's not even 2 wins away.
Look, the fans have every reason to be confident, Bryan. Every reason. Let me ask you this. I keep asking about what's so impressive with this Knicks team every time we watch them. This is a game you just heard us talking about. They blew a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, and they still find a way to win this one, right? They just find a way to win this one. What did you cut it out in the final minute, and actually to get that final stop where Wemby had the shot to try to win the game?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second. You asked me what was what?
Can you hear Bryan? I didn't hear him. Bryan, I'm having trouble hearing you a little bit.
You can't hear me?
Oh, he asked you to repeat the question. Bryan, I was just asking you, what did you find impressive about how the Knicks closed this game in the final minute and then were able to get that stop where Victor Wembanyama tried to take the final shot to win the game? How impressed were you with the Knicks' defensive fortitude when things weren't going their way?
I mean, I was impressed with a lot from the Knicks. I was impressed with their mental fortitude. I mean, listen, when you blow a 14-point lead on the road late like that, it's very easy to get shook. They didn't allow that to happen. The Spurs threw some changes at them defensively. I mean, they went from, obviously they were doubling Brunson a lot to going and just saying, okay, we're going to go back to singling him. There were a lot of things, a lot of opportunities for them to kind of get out of their game and get rattled. But when they needed to, they made the plays, which is, at this point, not even surprising. We've gotten spoiled with just how mature this team is and how tough mentally they are. Doesn't mean that we take it for granted, right? Doesn't mean you don't appreciate it. But I do think they're spoiling us.
Yeah, I think they are spoiling us with the way that they have played thus far here in the series. Look, I thought this was a game, and we talked about this throughout here in the live watch party, where Karl-Anthony Towns was the best player on the floor for the Knicks. I think he's been the best player on the floor for the Knicks in these 2 games. But look, I don't think you could talk about the Knicks winning this game where Jalen Brunson was 7 for 25. He's not shot the ball well. But they do not win this game, definitely without Cat. But Wingstop was tremendous in this game, Bryan. Could you talk about what you liked about what you saw from Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby?
Yeah, well, kind of we touched on it where we were talking about how they were doubling and they were getting the ball out of Brunson's hands, right? And giving those guys opportunities. They're kind of daring them, right, to beat them, and they did. The way OG would just bully his way in there and Debo his way to the rim. Mikal, what he's done just in terms of shooting the ball. This is why you trade all those picks, right? I mean, let's just say this is exactly what they were looking for when they gave up all of those picks to the Nets. For Mikal to be on a stage like this, as the guy who has been in this kind of situation before, right? Has been in a final, has been on a team that was the best team in basketball for a while. And for him to come through in these kind of moments, when Brunson's being done, when they're taking the ball out of his hands, when you need a secondary offensive thrust, this is exactly why they have it.
The Knicks won a game, Bryan, and last night for me, where Josh Hart wasn't that effective. He had 5 fouls, 0-4 from the field, didn't score points, still had 6 rebounds and 4 assists. You had some big minutes off the bench again from Landry Shamet because of that. If you're a Knicks fan and you look at them going up 2-0 on the road, which no team with the home court advantage has ever recovered from, losing the first 2 games in the NBA Finals, why should you not be confident that this team will not lose again? Can you give me a reason why you think this team will not lose again despite having not played their best basketball here in this series?
Give you a reason why the Knicks will not win? So you want me to play devil's advocate? Is that what you're asking me to do?
Yeah, yeah. Can we find a reason
I'd have to
why
really
you
be
think the Knicks are not
picking
winning? I'm struggling to find it.
to complain about anything that the Knicks are doing right now. Well, listen, okay. If I'm forced to play devil's advocate, I guess I would say I don't know that Wemby will have his lunch money stolen on national TV again like that for the first half. If the Spurs get 40 minutes of Wemby the way they got in the second half, which he's certainly capable of doing, that's just a mindset thing, that will be a problem for the Knicks, right? But, I mean, let's be fair. We saw what we saw. He was shook. And I understand that he had 22 in the second half. But if I have to play devil's advocate, that's what I can see coming back to haunt the Knicks. All right? But, I mean, let's be fair. You pointed it out yourself. It's a small sample size. It's only 2 teams. Because only 2 teams have managed to go up 2-0 on the road. But nobody's ever lost a lead like this. And I don't see any reason to think that the Knicks are going to be the first.
I don't either. I'm going into the point where I don't see them. Like Bryan, you know, one thing, Bryan, head us over to Bryan and Gallo. Do you know how raucous it's going to be at Madison Square Garden on Monday night with this team up 2-0 and the way they've won on the road? And you're going to ask me or anybody to pick them to lose? What? Not like, why? I don't see it. Like, they've shown me they could win any kind of game, even when I'm sitting here and saying, man, they blew the 14-point lead. Gallo and I sat here and said, oh, Brunson missed the layup that we thought he was going to make, and we were shocked by that. But when Brunson hits that shot over Champagnie, I wasn't shocked. When Mitchell Robinson gets a stop, I wasn't shocked. So, yeah, maybe it'll take some otherworldly performance by Victor Wembanyama and crew, and we'll see. But I think Knicks fans have legit reason to be excited.
Let me put it to you this way.
Bryan, from what you saw out of San Antonio... Yeah.
No, I was just going to say this. I think...
Go ahead, Bryan.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of the last few seasons, right? What have we said is the Achilles heel or the worry about the Knicks? Okay, other than the fact that Tibbs refused to use the bench. Other than that, what have we said? We've said, well, their two best players don't play defense, right? And you can't play them together, right? Or you can, but you have to worry about defensively. Well, we have seen Cat play not only the best defense of his career, but we have seen him push Wemby all around and get in his ass. And we saw, after all of the discourse about small guards and how they can't win, according to Becky Andy, right? We just saw Brunson on an off night get 5 steals. It's hard for me to pick against this.
Good point.
Yeah, it's hard. Go ahead, Bryan.
Bryan, does anything, or did anything that you see from today, or even either of these two games, make you feel like San Antonio has the capability of getting one in New York at this point?
Well, yeah, I mean, the second half from Wemby, when he actually played the way he's supposed to play, yeah. If he does that for an entire game as opposed to a half, then they very easily could walk out of the Garden with a win. There's a difference between walking out of the Garden with a win and coming from behind and winning the series. Those are two entirely different things. I think the Spurs are more than capable of winning a game in the Garden because I think Wemby is more than capable of having 35 points and 5 blocks. At this point, I don't know that they're capable of winning the series. They're two completely different discussions.
Yeah. And I would add to that, I know Dexter said the Knicks haven't played their best. I don't think San Antonio has either, but this is kind of what I think if you're the Knicks, you're comfortable with that because you're still better in fourth quarters. And even though they didn't close out as strong tonight as they typically do, they did close the game after all. So with that being said, going into games 3 and 4, are you of the mindset, I'm going to do it before Dex asks you, are you of the mindset that the brooms will be out and when we're talking to you after game 4, is this going to be over by then?
It's hard for me to presume that the Spurs can't get a game. You know, and I also think the Spurs have not been at their best because I don't think Wemby has been at their best. And frankly, I think, Dylan is just getting better as the playoffs go on. But it wouldn't shock me. It really would not shock me if the Knicks finish this off in the Garden. I'm not going to predict it, and I'll be the first to raise my hand and say, "Oh, listen, man, I was wrong. I had Spurs in 7. I'm thinking Knicks in 5 looks a lot more likely than Spurs in 7."
Yeah, it does. Gallo, got anything for Bryan?
Well, I mean, I think I know the answer to this, but any concern off of, I don't know if I want to say lingering effects from him getting banged up in game 1, but Brunson kind of ineffectively, I know he hit the big shot at the end, but kind of being ineffective the rest of the game offensively. And maybe I'm just looking too much into it. You think that was just an off night or any lingering effects or maybe being a little bit more banged up from game 1 than we were let on?
I mean, again, I don't want to play doctor, right? Because I'm not in their locker room. I think he's banged up. I think part of it was an off night and part of it was flat out they determined they were going to take the ball out of his hands. At least until the end. Now, when the Spurs made their rally, they actually decided we're going to single him up. And Castle actually gives him problems. Campany, less so, right? So I don't read that much into it. He is banged up. They're all banged up at this point, right? I mean, this is a long season. And he takes a lot of punishment. And we saw, obviously, yes, you're right. He got banged up twice in game. So I'm sure that probably played some role. I'm not overly worried about it because this is a guy that not only will play through injuries, but has the second half of the equation in that he has figured out how to excel and play well through injury. Some guys will go out there and are willing to play while they're hurt, right? Because they're tough, but they don't play well through the injuries. This guy does both.
Right.
Which is rare.
So I got one more for you. It's very true. Between Bridges and Cat, who I thought were the two best guys on the court tonight, who do you think had the better game? I know they both were fantastic, but who do you think was who had the best game out of the two of them?
Well, I mean, I would say Cat only because, and I certainly want to give Bridges his flowers, right? I would say Cat only because of the importance of what he did defensively on Wemby in the first half, right? That cannot be over. Yeah, I get it. He had 17 and 7 in the first half. It cannot be overstated how important it was that he had Wemby shook in that whole first half. Just throwing the ball away, handling it like a live hand grenade. I mean, that was unusual, right? And that had a huge impact on them having the runway to build the 14-point lead to blow, right? So I guess I would say Cat just for that reason. But Bridges deserves all his flowers. Bridges has been great.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Bridges is great too. I think the last thing for me here, Mr. Lewis, if you're the Knicks, and I just said they haven't played, to me, their best game. They haven't played close to their A game in the series. Just for the people so they can know, the Knicks fans out here watching, what do you think the Knicks need to clean up to be better at when they come back home here to NYC in games 3 and 4? What are some areas you would like to see them improve on in the next 2 games here at the Garden?
Well, I mean, obviously they can get a better game tomorrow, right? On the occasion that the ball is doubled out of Brunson's hands, right? They can punish San Antonio more. And of course, I don't know what kind of shape Brunson is in physically, and I don't even want to suspect, how banged up he'll be or what condition he'll be in for game 3, but obviously he can play. But honestly, listen, man, you're up 2-0 on the road. There aren't a lot of nits to pick. There really aren't. You'll take that anytime.
Fair. That is fair. Yeah, I think that's more than fair. There aren't a lot of nits to pick when you have gone up 2 games to none on the road, and then you blow the lead tonight and you still end up getting it done. Not a lot of nits to pick. Bryan, we appreciate you. Enjoy the weekend. We will talk to you on Monday. Actually, you'll talk to Bryan because I'll be at the Garden, but we'll talk to you on Monday.
Okay. All right.
No problem. There you go. That's the great Bryan Lewis. Does a fantastic job with us here at the New York Post. And he always joins us for the post game. And here we are now at Magic Hour. Still going on. We still got some people here partying. You see the people here behind us. Still good vibes. You got a fan right here who's feeling
Go
good.
Knicks!
That's all you're going to hear all night. People are going to see you. They're going to say, go Knicks. You're wearing some orange and blue. They're going to say, go Knicks. It doesn't matter. The good vibes are going to continue to go on here at Magic Hour. I want to remind everybody, this postgame show brought to you by TickPick. If you are trying to get tickets for Game 3 and 4, we know how expensive they are. Those tickets will break the bank for you. You want to save some money, hit TickPick, and you can save yourself up to $200 on Knicks tickets for Games 3 and 4 at the Garden. So I know some of y'all are trying to get there last minute, especially you're trying to get in there. I know you're trying to do that and save some money. Check out TickPick. Use the code WATCHPARTY, and you can save yourself up to $200, okay? Great promotion. See the promo codes right up there on the screen for the people. Watch Party, $200 off of any NBA Finals Knicks home games, so Games 3 and 4. And hey, you know if they go up 3-0, a lot of you are going to want to be in the building for Game 4 if you can afford the ticket. I understand why you're going to want to be in the building. Now, we've got a poll in the chat for the people. Are you thinking about a sweep? Yes or one game at a time? Here's what I'm going to say.
The answer can be both, technically.
Well, to get to a sweep, you do have to take one game at a time.
Yeah.
But if you want to think about a sweep right now,
How could you not? How could you not?
How could you not?
How could you not?
Think of the sweep.
And let's reiterate for people also, because the watch-alongs will continue. Dex will be on location Games 3 and 4 for the first time in his professional career, covering the Knicks in the finals.
Cool. Crazy.
Games 3 and 4, he'll be there. So I'll be holding it down, doing the watch-alongs. We'll have two special guests beside me. I'll be moving over to the host chair, so we will still do watch-alongs and post-game on Monday and Wednesday for Games 3 and 4. And we can't even plan for Game 5 yet because the Knicks keep winning games.
That's right.
They still haven't lost since April. It was the night of the NFL draft. I think it was.
The last loss.
Like,
Kenyon Sadiq was getting picked as the game was ending.
Yeah. Right. We don't even remember what losing was like.
Day one of the draft. And that's the thing. It's like, I feel like we were joking, like, yo, we might need the reminder, like, what the Knicks losing kind of feels like for the fans here. But it doesn't look like they're going to get that feeling because look at what keeps happening over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, even in this game where they didn't play spectacularly, like, they were shooting amazingly well leading up to these two games. And these two games, they haven't shot the ball well in totality. They made some key shots, but in totality, they haven't. And they're still figuring out ways to win these games.
But
It's machine-like.
That's why the confidence is high for me. That's why. It's because it's all the different kinds of ways they could win this game. And we're looking at something on the screen right now, the 2026 Knicks. And you were talking about this with me before. Longest single postseason winning streak.
They can tie the record.
They could tie the record with two more wins. It is from the 2017 Warriors.
The first Durant Warriors.
First Durant Warriors who won 15 straight games. We talked about the 0-1 Lakers and remembering that. The only game they lost, was the
Iverson?
Was the Iverson game. That was the night of my prom. That's how long ago that was.
Wow.
The night of my prom was the night when Iverson
was like 11.
won game one. That made me feel old, but I hear you.
I was 7.
The 99 Spurs won 12 games in a row. I believe that streak was broken by the Knicks.
I was wrapping up second grade that year. That's crazy.
You know what? Screw y'all. But the Knicks, they could tie the record. And if the Knicks win 2 more games, this will be a ridiculously historic run. They will be right there with the Warriors.
I think the parade is going to be like the parade of all parades. We will be covering it, I'm sure, and we will see many of you guys there. East Blue Drew in the comments. I already see you. Don't flip cars wherever you're at.
Yeah, come on. Like, let's have fun, but then we got to destroy stuff.
You may have missed it. You may have missed it. But look, during the game, during the fourth quarter, we actually had beer spilled on us because somebody who was honestly too old to do this.
He was like in his 60s.
He was throwing beer around on everybody.
He's not being ageist. He was old.
Yeah.
And
he was that shit on my backpack too.
Yeah,
I got beer on my back. I had to wipe it off my laptop or whatever. So there's already people like doing things, but don't flip over cars.
He also looked like he was with somebody too.
Car insurance is expensive.
I mean, good for him, but like,
car insurance is expensive. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that.
The other thing I want to say too is I think we all grew up on this. Maybe not you, because you might have been out of the.
Damn,
you might have been in college.
Y'all gotta try to make me feel old again.
But
season. Look, and not even in the prime of your career yet, given how things are going.
But
I've seen your trajectory closer than most others. So You're not even like wait till the future. You know, future's still bright.
All I want to say to these young kids is, if you flip that car or you throw a brick somewhere, it's on the internet. It lives there. They know where you live. This is
Word.
You know,
people have license plates.
Yeah.
They'll find you.
The MSG has facial recognition. I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe those are not the games you want to play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's have fun.
Don't do it after game 3.
Yeah.
There will be heightened security at the Garden in game 3 for reason. Me Adams, I see you, bro.
Yeah,
I see you.
Let's have fun. Let's party. Let's get crazy. But relax.
I want to talk about some quotes that have come in from Mike Brown. We're going to just talk about some quotes, and then we're going to get to some comments in the chat tonight, okay? Mike Brown says the NBA is tough. You don't experience what I'm experiencing with this group a ton. It's a freaking joy to be around.
Incredible.
And I hear that, and what I hear is a coach who's really connected with his team. I've been saying this throughout. He knows his team.
Has the pulse.
He has a pulse on the team.
Yep.
He understands that. I got a request. Can we get some hot water? Thank you. I need more hot water.
Word.
He has a pulse of his team and knows it and known it throughout. And also, I think the thing I also take from that is that he understands the moment of what's happening right now. You know, it's cliche to say you got to live in the moment, right? But you got to understand and enjoy the experience of everything that's going on. You got to do that. You got to understand what's going on. You can't be in a situation where it's like you're not being able to appreciate of it. And then, this is him talking about Landry Shamet, guys. Mm-hmm. Landry Shamet had 13 points again off the bench.
Yep.
Huge off the bench. In 30 minutes, I believe. What he does out on the floor on both ends is very, very, very hard to find in this league, especially at his size with his mental toughness and his physical toughness.
Yeah.
You know, Bryan, I know you love Landry Shamet. You know why Mike Brown loves Landry Shamet.
Yeah. He understands his role. He's in the right spots. He's a great relocation shooter. He's turned himself into a really good story amid all this. And ultimately, Landry Shamet is just like one of the best redemption stories on a team filled with amazing redemption stories. Somebody who last year I was like, do you really want to play Landry Shamet like that? And he's earned his keep for sure this season. He's been great during the playoffs. And if you're a better, he's been hitting that 3-point overall playoffs, baby. I'll tell you right now. Had the 2 threes, had the 3 threes, had the little mini ladder. But Landry Shamet's been great as a redemption story for a team that's full of them. And again, the legacy of this team. We actually got a comment about this, about the playoff performances, as we've been talking about, obviously, because we're in the playoffs. But from Emerson DeMathis, thank you for the comment. Knicks top 10 NBA playoff team of all time, he says. And the legacy of this team will be, when they win the championship, will be they're the best fourth quarter team in the NBA. Even when they were very flawed during the regular season at times and they had their ups and downs and didn't look like the Jugger Knicks, as our man Jeff Johnson says, even when they weren't doing this, they were still having amazing fourth quarters, like that game against the Rockets where they came back.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the
That's
game
kind
against
of the moment that they
a little turning point, right?
I was in the building for that one.
The last game against the Spurs during the regular season, where we forget it was kind of a close game at one point, and then the Knicks really pulled away late. Like, there's been amazing fourth quarter after amazing fourth quarter. This team led in fourth quarter margin, like by over a point in scoring margin all season long, which is to say they were a lot better in fourth quarters than even the next best team, who was actually Cleveland.
Yes.
And we saw that difference made up in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah. Gallo, I don't know if I don't disagree with Bryan on this. I think that is part of this legacy of this team, and they will go down as that and be remembered. I mean, about that. They were a great fourth quarter team. They found out ways to get it done. This is already, again, they have the second longest postseason winning streak in NBA history.
Crazy.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So you're already a great team. All those teams that we put up, they're won championships. The top 4 in this streak.
It's happening, bro. It's happening.
So the Knicks are in very rarefied air, very rare company, and there's probably no reason to think that they won't win a championship here.
And there's a level of greatness that if and when they do this, that they're probably not going to get put in that group because people don't like to, nostalgia's so strong. But they're doing it leading up to this and in the finals. They have, tonight obviously was a grinded out game. They won game 1 by 10 points. They were dominant since game 3 of the first round, they're in a special place. They don't have to be called the greatest team ever. They're one of the special teams. And I think, going back to one of the quotes that Mike Brown had, a lot of what this team is built off of is the identity Tibbs gave them. But Mike Brown had a quote talking about the regular season prepares you for this moment so you're ready in these moments. And I think everything Mike Brown has done leading up to this moment, regular season, postseason, has been so awesome. And it really shows. And this is not I know somehow you compliment Mike Brown and people think you're taking a shot at Tibbs. I'm not. Because this team gets its toughness from Tibbs. They've really learned how to go over the top because of Mike Brown and the bench pieces, the guys that are always ready. That was because of what they did in the regular season. For the guys who say that the regular season doesn't matter.
Yeah, I feel like I had a lot of back and forth with fans on this through the season, maybe not valuing what Mike Brown was doing. I saw the process of it. I've been screaming for this team over the last couple of years, even with Tibbs, as much as we love him and the defensive identity put, that they needed to play 9-10 deep. They needed to have guys ready. So I know I think it was Show Him the Money, our guy in the chat was talking about Jordan Clarkson not playing. That's not the reason they won or lost. Like they were fine. They can have different guys that can come in here and produce no matter what. Guys stay ready. And he's got a pulse in his team. I got some quotes from Victor Wembanyama here. Big Vic says, I need to have more poise, more control over the game. This is when he was asked about the Spurs' final 2 possessions, his turnover, and then his missed jumper to end the game. So we saw a big mistake from Big Vic down the stretch. He didn't have the poise. I agree with Brian Lewis. He was a little shook in the first half.
100 was.
He was absolutely shook, right? I mean, y'all want to turn on Shook Ones Part 2 in the back here? Why not? Because he was shook here.
Part 1 underrated, by the way. I think with Wemby, he hadn't really settled into the series until the second half. Now we'll see how that carries over into the Garden, where obviously he's going to get booed every time he touches the ball. And he's handled road crowds actually pretty well during the playoffs, so we'll see. They need him to get going, obviously. They need a lot more as well. And I think right now, though, that late game execution, like they got a decent look, but again, it's a matter of you're not getting Wemby to the rim as often as you'd like because of the way they're defending. And Karl-Anthony Towns, who I haven't mentioned yet and have been remiss not to mention, is and has been the best player in this series. Right now, I would make him the favorite for Finals MVP. I know Jalen Brunson had the great ending of the first quarter. And you saw today it was rough from the field. Didn't really quite have it today. He did make a free throw late, did miss one late, and hit a big shot. The outstanding touch that he displayed on that shot late in the game. But Karl-Anthony Towns, both ends of the floor getting it done. He is the Finals MVP through 2 games.
Plus 11 tonight. He was fantastic. Go ahead, Gallo.
Well, I was going to say also, to your point, not just with the late game execution from the Spurs, it also feels like the Knicks are kind of know where the Spurs are going. I know there was that clip of Shaman at the end of game 1 knowing what they were going to run, but it feels like they're prepared. That wasn't a great, your game plan can't be Wemby, 15 plus feet away from the basket with Mitchell Robinson. That can't be the game-winning shot that you draw up.
No, I don't think it can be. Now, Wemby acknowledged something that we acknowledged, you and I, during the game. He said that his matchup with Cat is very different from the Spurs' previous series. He said it's bringing us into difficult areas because they're good players and he's a good player. So Wemby showing respect for Cat, understanding that the matchup right now is very different than what he's seen before. Wemby, now on the last shot, Wemby said, of course I like the shot, but I feel like in this moment, need to shoot to score. In moments like this, results matter more than process. We just need to score. I need to score. Wemby has always been a self-aware player, and I think he's understood what he needs to do. But at the same time, he's also figuring this shit out in real time. Like, he's really trying to figure it out as well, too.
Yeah.
And I think it needs to be understood, like, he's young. He's on this stage for the first time. The Knicks, I know they have 2 players who've played in the finals. OG Anunoby was injured for that.
Yeah.
But you had Mikal Bridges. This is his second finals. He's been there before. You saw Mikal Bridges come up with a good bounce-back performance today. The Knicks, just to me, this is how I felt before the series. They have so many more answers for the Spurs than I think the Spurs have for them.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference right now. Now, look.
And experience on top of that.
I know we joking a little bit, and I'm talking about sweeping all this stuff, but the job isn't done.
You ain't joking.
The Knicks
You ain't
Come
joking.
on,
No,
Dex.
well, it goes to the. Yeah, I know you want me to talk my shit, but I'm just saying. It goes to.
This guy.
It goes to. No. It goes to what Bryan said when we talked about the poll. Bryan was like, both. You can have both things be true. You can think sweep and also want to take it one game at a time,
100%.
right? And right now, 56% of you guys who voted have said you're thinking sweep. And I said, why not?
Lower than I thought, actually.
Yeah, maybe 57%. Just
Lower than I thought. East Blue Drew, you got to make more accounts, bro. By the way,
Ace Blue Drew also out here trying to get me in trouble on camera. I see you, bro.
what happened?
I saw that too.
You saw what he commented on there, talking about who was next to me.
I got my blinders on.
I said, yeah. I said, bro, don't get me in trouble out here. Don't get me in trouble.
I gotta find it, but I missed it.
There were two people that came and said hi. Very nicely, I would say.
Okay.
And East Blue Drew. East Blue Drew was
he's trying to get control.
He was very observant, is what I'll say.
He's just a man of the people.
That's all.
You ain't getting any of us in trouble up here. We got to go home tonight.
Yeah. I'm trying to go home. You may not, but I'm trying to go home. I don't want my car flipped over.
Dex and Gallo, I'm gonna throw this at you. Any surprise that the Knicks are favored by 2.5 in Game 3 on Monday?
Yeah, because they've been disrespected the entire. Oh, not the entire. It's only been 2 games, but both games in the finals.
Kind of small, 2.5.
Yes, and I get it. They think that they are going to respond in this moment. I don't see it. I don't see the Spurs. Maybe Game 4. Maybe Game 4 they respond, but I don't see that being the case. They've been disrespected.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see how this young team, the Spurs young team, come out and respond when the Garden is going to be better. It doesn't matter who's there. The Garden's going to be insane. It's going to be the craziest. I don't want to be too over the top. It's going to be the craziest environment in New York sports, maybe ever. That's how crazy it's going to be. Until they get to that point that they might win.
I think that right now they're also minus 520 for the series, which is interesting. It's basically telling you like this is a wrap. So
Yes.
Spurs have been resilient. We'll see what happens. Ultimately, I think right now they're just in great position. And look, we can't even make Game 5 plans. We had one, but right now, and we don't get sweeps very often, but the Knicks look like they're in a position to do so because they just haven't lost a basketball game in forever. And the Spurs, it's been weird offensively, like just not getting to the rim as much, not finishing some of these shots too. The Knicks have just done a great job defensively, and we talked about this during the game, where Karl Anthony Towns, he's done a good job defensively, but also Jalen Brunson has too. He's been much better, and that's what's ultimately elevated the ceiling. Like, if Karl Anthony Towns is not doing what he's been doing defensively, the Knicks aren't here. Like, it's really that simple.
Facts.
The Knicks are not here if Karl Anthony Towns is doing what he used to do defensively, fouling a lot at times, being undisciplined, being in foul trouble, putting Mitchell Robinson with the injured hand in a position where he has to be playing way above his head to potentially make them sustainable. I don't think they get to the finals if he's not this level of defender at this point.
No.
And Karl Anthony Towns has been excellent on both ends of the floor.
Excellent.
And this has really been since the first round. This is not even a development that just happened now.
Yeah.
Like he looks like a great answer to just making Wemby look a little more normal than we're used to. The second half notwithstanding, because Wemby was objectively really good down the stretch. But Cat's been great, and it really starts there for me. And we talk about the transformation of this team. It really does start with him, and then you get to like Bridges waking up and becoming what the concept was when you traded for him. All those first round picks, like this was the idea. You would see this. We know what OG can do defensively. You don't want to take that for granted, obviously, if you're Mike Brown. But all these parts finally working out at this time of all times, it's one of the most special runs that I've ever seen for an organization who has felt, to a lot of people, cursed, who has felt dysfunctional for most of everyone's lives.
Entire life.
You know what I mean? Up here, and just over here as well. It's been one of the most remarkable things that I've ever seen covering sports, legitimately.
All of us are native New Yorkers. As someone who grew up a Knicks fan and watched this team through the 90s, had heartbreaks, cried after the Patrick Ewing missed finger roll in 95 in Game 7.
Did you? Wow.
Yeah. this, and I've covered a lot. I've been blessed to be doing this for 20 years in this market. I can't think of a better sports story. I know it's not done. And
Locally, you mean?
Locally.
Like here in New York?
Yeah, locally. Like a team that I've covered locally. Like the 07 Giants are probably the closest thing in the run they went on in the playoffs, how special that was. And there was something I remember. It was funny. That was my first time working for the Post and being around that. And I remember my first video was doing something with Steve Serby and Paul Schwartz. And I felt something on the Knicks, the Giants getting on that run. Something did feel special about this. This just is different, though. Because in basketball, it's not just win and go home in one game. There's the adversity.
Yeah.
It's the same in baseball when you see the special runs that happen, too. Look, even I'm a Mets fan. The 2024 Mets and that special, that Mets run. That's not this.
It doesn't touch this.
No, this is the dominance level of this, the way this team has come together, the belief, the way they can win games. What has mattered, as you said, with the coach, Karl Anthony Towns. As Bryan Lewis said, and we've said, him turning around, as you guys have said, with the defense, this team becoming a better defensive team. And truly believing and really playing for the city. And it's also the way they talk. It's the way this team talks game in and game out. There's a focus to it. Even when things go wrong, like tonight. I've seen Knicks games before. I saw this last year where it went wrong and they blew a 13-point lead.
We saw it earlier in the playoffs, in this run.
Right. We saw this in Game 2 against Atlanta.
Yeah.
We've seen this before. And it's a testament to show that I always like to bring things to sports and how it ties into life.
Yes.
Just because you're going one way or things look one way doesn't mean you can't stick the course and work on your craft and become better.
Yes.
That is always a possibility. If you put in the work and you believe, it's a possibility. And it doesn't mean that fans out there didn't have reason to doubt. Another thing is, you don't always have to believe in the history of what's happened before. Sometime another small guard was going to lead a team to a championship or go up 2-0 in a series. Nobody gave the Knicks a chance here. The Knicks are now up 2-0 in a series. All these things were possible because this team believes in themselves.
Yeah.
This team knows who they are. These players know who they are. You didn't. Even though we were nervous and the DJ was playing that stupid
y'all were nervous.
Chinese water torture.
Y'all were nervous. I was having a great time.
You were loving it.
I say this respectfully. Nobody give a damn about your great time. Okay? Nobody cares.
You got the win. You should feel good.
Gallo and I were here.
I was
like, yo,
that beat
I was like, we got a close game. The heartbeat from the DJ. This is awesome.
You know what that's like? That's like Boys in the Hood, the opening scene with the saxophones.
Yo.
That's what that's like.
You got to remember, my favorite video game of all time is Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory. You can't feel more tense than when you're playing a game like that.
But this is why we do what we do. You said this.
This
is why we do what we do.
This is why, yes.
And this is why we love sports and we love doing these watch parties.
We love
and
stories.
Watching with you and stories and talking with you and having our friends like our friend Gallo here to talk with us about it. And you'll talk about it on the radio with the folks at the Fan.
Tomorrow at 2:50.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock you're on. I'm excited for your show because there's no better show than talk. We've had the shows where we talk to the fans in the chat. We're going to get to the comments in the chat.
Nobody on the baseball teams get hurt. Nobody go to any rallies. Let's just get it so I can talk Knicks. We can have fun.
No
scandals.
Yes. No scandals.
You'll probably have to talk about Aaron Judge, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll talk about that, but I would do Knicks heavy tomorrow. Listen, I can tell you this much. Another thing that had me nervous was if they don't pull that out, I think I end up going 0-3 with you guys on the season. And I would have started to feel like it was me that was the problem.
Yeah. You know what? But you know what we got to give you credit for, Gallo? Like we give teams credit when they get things done in the clutch. You sat here through a tough time, and for this wasn't at home. In the studio is home. This is like on the road at Magic Hour. So on the road, you showed the fortitude to come through with the win. Not everybody can say that. It's you and Joe Bertello who sat here on the road in a different environment and got it done.
And Joe didn't think also.
He didn't think the Knicks were going to win Game 1.
Yeah, because and it did look at a couple different instances where it's like, yo, they're down 13 here. Then the fourth quarter started off a little wonky, but they ended up pulling it out. And again, like look, if it's one of the coolest things that Dex has been around, it is definitely one of the coolest things I've been around because I haven't been doing this as long. But I think, and look, I've seen dramatic comebacks, especially in boxing. You know, you see guys change on the fly from round to round. Like they get their ass whooped in rounds 1 and 2, make adjustments, and then you just never know. Like I mentioned Diego Corrales and Jose Luis Castillo, one of the best comebacks you'll ever see. I think in round 10 that was about 20 or so years ago on Showtime. Where Corrales is getting his ass whooped, he gets dropped, he spit out his mouthpiece, he gets a point deducted for that, and then he comes back, adjusts, and wins the fight by knockout.
Well, see, that's what Spurs fans are believing right now. They're hoping you're that.
But I think that's kind of a metaphor of where like the Knicks have been, and now they're on the other side of it. Overall, yeah. And you mentioned Brunson like being now a small guard that can potentially lead a team to a championship, and I think there's nuance to everything, right? I do think that what matters is the team construction around him.
Yes.
Because if you're going to win with a small guard, you need wings who can play on both ends of the floor, who can shoot, who can defend, one who can guard up, one who can guard down. You need a big, and in this case, a former #1 overall pick who we know is super talented, to play at the level that Cat's playing. Like, you need things to go right, and then Jalen Brunson can come in and be the closer. And then moving him off ball early, and I know he's taking more on-ball shots and has more isolation reps in the series, but moving him off ball in the Hawks series, which is something we called for when we did the film breakdown, he's able to be Jalen Brunson late in these games, even when he doesn't have it in the first 3 quarters. So the team construction is, like, the way they did it is very special. Like, I admire it as somebody who likes when organizations just have their shit together. And this was my issue with the Knicks growing up. They just never had their shit together all the way until a few years ago when Leon Rose basically gets here. And it's like move after move after move after move. Not without risk, mind you. Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo going out the door for Karl-Anthony Towns. That was a big risk. And now you have this looming contract situation that isn't as scary now. Letting Tom Thibodeau go and then getting Mike Brown in. Sending a first-round pick for Josh Hart, who at the time some people were like, "Oh, but what about Cam Reddish? They're sealing that."
I remember those people.
And then punting on R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly for OG Anunoby.
I
Like
loved.
I killed that trade.
Yeah, all
I remember we talked
risky
about that.
moves, all risky, and then paying Jalen Brunson more than a lot of people thought he was worth at the time. Like, all move after move after move after move, and just the way that they've built it. Like, I admire it so much, and I respect it so much, just as somebody who covers the sport.
You have to take risks to be great. Everything is not going to be safe. You got to take risks to be great. One thing I want to talk about, a couple other quotes. Mitchell Robinson, who defended Victor Wembanyama on that last shot, he said, "In my mind, I was just like defend without fouling." And he did that.
That's all he had to do,
And then Mitchell Robinson talked about his tenure with the Knicks, the longest tenured Knick on his team. Said, "I've been here for 8 years, and now here we are in the finals. I can truly say I done seen it all. It's wild." Look,
Beautiful.
Well, almost.
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 You haven't seen a championship
He's got
yet.
some
One game
jokes
at a
on
time.
Twitter about the next game, but we'll see how he does.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Someone are comparing it to when IQ and Ice Spice was in the crowd.
Look, man.
Where was he with Ice Spice?
No, he wasn't.
Oh.
That was the joke. Ice Spice was in the crowd and he dropped like 40. Well, actually, I wanted to say something too, going back real quick. I liked the Brunson move. I didn't love the Brunson move when they signed him. I didn't like the OG trade at all. But he made these moves and they've worked out.
A lot of people didn't.
And the only 2 moves he really made, which are funny because I love the Kemba Walker signing, was Kemba Walker and who was the other guy? Why am I forgetting his name?
Derrick Rose,
No, who did he
Nerlens
sign with
Noel.
Evan Fournier.
Evan Fournier. Those 2 moves.
EuroLeague MVP Evan Fournier.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Who the Knicks are going to see in the preseason. But
That's right.
to Dex's point about the specialness of this run, I think it's along the lines of 96 with the Yankees, 86 with the Mets. The level of how much people have fallen
96
in love.
with the Yankees. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
And that's why I took it out of me covering it. 96 for the Yankees is a great comp because you're talking about a coaching change, the beginning of a fantastic leader in Derek Jeter, and then this run. Brian, can you pass me a lemon? I'll take a lemon. Thanks.
Well, and it's
Got to take care of the voices here.
It's also 2 teams that are revered. The 86 Mets, we're Mets fans. I've never seen them play a game live.
I know
every single thing about that team. They're revered. The 96 Yankees, they're revered. This team is going, if they finish the job,
They'll be revered.
They're going to be in that position. And just like my parents like to tell me how crazy the 86 parade was, this parade is going to be the craziest parade I think the city's ever seen.
I think it'll be crazier than the Rangers in '94. I was 11 when it happened. The Knicks and the Rangers were trying to win both that spring. I agree. It's going to be it might be before summer, as Bryan said, parade.
More honey?
It's a summer right now, in my opinion, but I know what you're saying. It's not officially the summer yet.
Felt like summer today. It's 90 degrees.
Yes,
it's hot.
I love it.
The Knicks are hot, right? 13 straight wins.
It was 90 at one point almost.
Look, I got friends texting me that this is insane. That have been Knicks fans.
It is insane.
Knicks fans friends. You know, I think of. I feel like there's more I'm holding back on saying because I have a lot more to say
After Game 4.
when the Knicks win, if and when the Knicks win this series.
You might not even be in studio when the series
But
is
that
over.
doesn't mean
You might be there.
I'll still put something out. There'll be something I will say. There's a lot I will have to say.
No, but I'm saying, like, I could only imagine where if they win Game 3.
If they win Game 3, just going home on Monday is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And Gallo and I will be.
We'll be there.
In the building.
Game 3 is the ultimate karma test.
Yeah.
For this run.
Yeah.
It's going to be insane. Oh, yeah. But Game 3, even with, that happening, it's still going to be one of the craziest moments I've ever gotten to experience. I thought seeing Lindor hit that grand slam in the NLDS was the peak of my sports fandom live. Not meaning ever, but live. This is going to be, no matter how it turns out, awesome. I've only been to one Knicks playoff game. That was Game 5. The Hawks-Knicks series.
You were there.
Yeah, I was crying.
I was there too.
I was looking at Derrick Rose. Thanks for a great season, man.
So I was at that game too.
I paid for tickets. That was
I
got
went
the
with my
lottery.
boy. It was the first sporting event I went to after the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I was there. I didn't know you were at the game. That's crazy.
Yeah,
So
I don't think I even knew you yet.
No, I don't think we knew each other.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. But I was at that game.
Spirit. Full circle.
My boy, I remember my boy was like, "Yo, do you want to go?" And we went. And shout out to my best friend Anthony Slater, who's a big fan of the show.
Let's go, Knicks!
Listen, boy, you hear it here. There you go. See, that's the energy. It's that Knicks in 4 energy.
Podcast in New York!
Oh, there we go. You're right about that. Best podcast, the best Knicks podcast in New York. He's right about that. Knicks in 4. Shout out to the fans. The fans are
Got
great.
a lot of liquids on me today. I'll just say that.
Yeah, but the fans are great here tonight. But I was
Praising Gallo.
great. Yeah, fair. The fans were great here tonight. But I was talking about my boy Anthony. We went to that game, and I think if we thought then that we would be here, where the Knicks are winning 13 games in a row.
Nope.
And shout out to his little brother, who's a good friend of mine also, Bryan. Spells his name the same way as Bryan here. And he texted me tonight, and I read the text when he was like, yo, they look like they have nothing for Cat. They can't stop him. Mm-hmm. Cat's been so good. So many players have been so good. Listen, and this also I want to say, fans, I see you guys in the chat. You talked about it all through the watch party. You were worried about the officiating. It didn't matter at the end, guys.
It didn't.
Yeah.
Players,
I didn't think the officiating was crazy either.
No, I really don't.
We watched the plays back. You see the contact. I'm like, I could see it. I didn't think it was egregious. If they lost, they wouldn't have lost because of the calls.
No.
They would have lost because they kind of collapsed at the end there. But they did just enough to hold on and win because that's what this team does.
Yeah.
Like,
you look at the Knicks starting 5 tonight.
They win fourth quarters.
And you look at the Knicks starting 5 tonight, you see that 0 from Josh Hart. And again, Josh Hart is 3 points in the series. Okay? Josh Hart has taken 9 shots in the series and has hit 1. And he was in foul trouble. Josh Hart was not good tonight. This was not a good Josh Hart game.
He had a good rebound, one good rebound, but that was bad.
Not a good Josh Hart game. But
Brunson had 5 steals.
Yeah. Well, Brian Lewis brought that up too.
Yeah.
Brunson did find ways, 6 assists, 5 steals. He did have a bunch of turnovers in a game where he didn't shoot the ball well again, but he also makes winning plays. He can't, but his last steal was the most important steal.
Word.
Yeah.
Bridges had a key one also down the stretch.
There were key defensive plays. You know, we're looking at Mikal Bridges, 9 points in game 1, only took 6 shots, 13 shots in game 2, hit 4 threes, 20 points, 6 boards, 6 assists, and a steal. Mikal Bridges was tremendous tonight.
Awesome.
Yeah.
F them picks.
They can take more if they want.
Yeah, y'all were talking like
Wait, who said that? Somebody had
said that in the chat.
Yeah,
It's like,
like,
I'll give more picks.
can we call Mikal?
Can we call him again? Can we call Brooklyn and give
Can
more
we call?
picks? Look, man,
He said he was a Knicks fan, obviously. He's like, can we call the Nets to send them more picks?
because you know what?
Mikal Bridges.
If somebody would have said to you, this is what you got Mikal Bridges for, he's going to be a playoff riser, which is what he's been for this Knicks team, you would have signed for that in a heartbeat, right? Because I'll tell you what, right now, now it's June 6th, as we're still live. June 6th, 2026. Nobody's thinking about them picks.
No.
If you're thinking about them picks, you're a weirdo.
You're
The Nets are, because they're like, we better get the rest of these right.
The Nets were praying that Brunson was actually hurt. Maybe those picks would turn into something.
Yeah.
Because listen, if you're a Knicks fan, and again, we'll get into this more later and how special this is, but just, again, enjoy all the moments. Enjoy being up 2-0. Enjoy the process of it. Enjoy the fact that you're going to see the first NBA Finals game at the Garden since 1999, in 27 years. Enjoy all of this. Enjoy that your team plays together. Enjoy that they play for each other.
Yes.
Enjoy that the fan base is pumped up. Enjoy that we have people behind us yelling Knicks in 4. Don't enjoy the people that were throwing drinks on people. Don't enjoy the people that were trying to flip over cars.
Dexter's laptop.
No, my laptop was fine. I was able to protect it. Plus the post will have to get me another one. But that is that. Enjoy the moment.
Yes.
Right? I'm enjoying it. We've had beautiful people working back in the station. Shout out to our technical director, Nikolai Jackson, doing his thing. Our producer, Tommy Hogan. Wesley Splain on the editing.
Shout out, Wes.
Shout out to Charlie, doing a great job with the videography, getting you the great shots here tonight. Our man, Russ. Shout out to him. We also have Brandon Kramer. We had a great team here tonight. I'm enjoying it all.
We have Sam and Ryan earlier.
Everybody's killing it.
Everybody was here killing it. Like, I'm appreciating my team, so y'all can appreciate the Knicks team.
Word. Yeah.
It's all I'm saying. You got to appreciate the beauty of it. We appreciate Gallo being here.
Yeah, I appreciate all you guys. You guys made me feel like a star tonight. This is crazy.
No, and then number one, we got to appreciate the fans in the chat. Because I want to shout out the people who've come here time and time again. I'll shout you out more when this is all over. Right? But you got to appreciate everybody here. One last appreciation we got to give. Appreciate you, TickPick, our sponsors here tonight. Because they're helping the people. Some of you guys want to go to Game 4 and don't have a ticket. Brian does because he's a baller. So Brian's going to Game 4. But everybody doesn't have it like that.
I'm hosting for you.
He's lying to the people. He's going to be there Game 3 and Game 4 because he's balling like that.
That whole $10,
but you
Brian.
might not have it like that.
This is propaganda.
So if you don't have it like that, let me give you some non-propaganda.
Yes, this is not propaganda.
TickPick is out here helping the people.
Important distinction.
We've partnered with them, and we've got a great code for the people. You came to for the watch party and post game. All you got to do, go to TickPick, use the code WATCHPARTY. You'll get $200 off any Knicks home game in the NBA Finals. So tickets to games 3, 4, possibly 6 if it goes that far. But we think it's sweet. We got the brooms. We got our hand on the broom in the closet. So think about games 3 and 4. Try to get in the building. You get $200 off on your ticket with TickPick. Fantastic partners with us for these watch parties here at Magic Hour. Or if you're really feeling better, hit up Bryan. He'll hook you up as well too. He'll get it done. There you go.
Oh, and TickPick may have some deals on other events if you can't get into games 3 and 4.
There you go.
Just look out for that as well.
Yeah. Check
Can't plug Game 6 because we don't know if there's going to be a Game 6.
We ain't going to be there.
We don't know. Let's look at the comments. East Blue Drew says, I need a Wemby crying T-shirt immediately. That'll be an interesting play, especially if the Knicks sweep. It'll be an interesting play. Kev Shada says Brunson was mauled in the backcourt all game, all fouls on him. Look, I thought they were physical with Brunson. I didn't have a problem with the officiating that much. It wasn't that bad for me. Look, me Adam says JB is shooting 36.1% from the field so far. I believe the Spurs are cooked. I have to say, not a good sign and feeling for the Spurs with the way Brunson has not shot the ball. Because you got to think Brunson's coming back home and he can get on the heater at home.
And this was honestly closer to where Brunson was during the Hawks series because there was a 4-game stretch outside of that very first quarter where he was similarly, I think it might have been 38% from the field or something along those lines. So we're back to that now, and it hasn't mattered too much. Now, you still want the process to get cleaned up, obviously, because if the Spurs get their act together and Brunson is still shooting the way he is, then that can make things a little wonky, and then you have a longer series than you want. But to your point, like if Brunson just figures it out, that could make the Knicks offense look a lot cleaner and a lot more potent, because then you have to pay even more attention to him, if that's even possible, because of the attention he already commands. And then that frees things up for OG, for Mikal, and obviously for Cat, who now is shooting some more of those threes that Dex likes above the break, so on and so forth, and is driving well. So, yeah, I think there's validity to that for sure.
Yeah, I think it's if you told me the Knicks would be up 2-0, Brunson would really only have one good quarter of play, I would sign up for that 10 times out of 10, and I would feel sweep is coming. The funny thing is, he hit the first shot for the Knicks in both games. And then I think he comes out firing the next game. Let's go, Knicks.
There we go.
You hear the fans.
You see the fans are here at Magic Hour bringing the energy. I love the signs, ladies. Thank you. I like it. Thank you. Appreciate it. No problem, brother. Thank you. Thank you. East Blue Drew says, where's your broom? The broom's still in the closet, guys.
East Blue Drew, we're not bringing the broom to Magic Hour. You know?
Kev Shada says, we can lose next year. Losing is not an option
East Blue Drew, in the studio on Monday, I got you. Like, I'll have Dex won't be able to bring it with his media credential to Game 3. I'll have it in the studio for you guys.
Let me tell you something. I know janitors at the Garden. I know people who clean up at the Garden. I talk to them all the time. And I feel like if I need a broom, those people will hand me a broom.
Word, yeah.
I do. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just because I won't be in the studio, if this is a sweep, you will see me with a broom on camera. I will do some cleaning up, and I'll be happy to sweep the confetti off the Garden floor.
Yes.
I'll have no problem with this.
Oh, I like the way he's talking.
Whatsoever.
Game 3 is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I can't wait.
East Blue Drew, I hope you heard us and what we told you. Do not flip over any cars. We told you don't do that.
Don't let anyone tell you you can't be happy. A lot of people would tell Knicks fans they're overdoing it, but let's not give them ammo. Let's just do that. Everybody have fun, go crazy. Don't break anything. I know, shoot your TikTok videos, have fun. Everybody love everybody. Like Jackie Moon said, don't flip any cars.
You know what? We were trying to come up with an alliterative name for me earlier about confidence.
We were.
And Mia Adams...
Optimism.
58, optimistic name about... And Mia Adams might have it. She says, Decisive Dex, he or she, Decisive Dex, go ahead and grab that broom. I like Decisive Dex. Because you know who's been decisive in these playoffs? Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say me.
No, I haven't always been decisive about how I felt about the Knicks. Lately, confident sometimes.
I think after Game 1 of the Cleveland series,
I've been very
where you and I were basically like, this series is over, they're going to the finals. Now, I didn't say they're winning the title then because we didn't know they would end up sweeping the Cavs, but I said the series is over. Now, I mean, even before this series, I picked them to win in 6. And now I feel like I'm going to be wrong about that because of a shorter series.
I picked Knicks in 6, but let's say I had a little hope on them possibly sweeping. Little hope was out there.
You are a hope dealer, self-admitted hope dealer. Yeah.
So what was it? Emerson, the Matthews says, be proud, New York. This historic run. These guys will be in the rafters soon. Hey, man. Hey, Gallo just talked about it. If the Knicks win this, and if they sweep, if they get 15 straight to sweep. And I believe it was Dev Wheeler. Dev, if you're in the chat, I did not see you tonight.
He did.
Dev Wheeler was the person who said, I think it was after the second win over the Sixers, said the Knicks would not lose another game.
Yeah.
And here we go. Who knows? Subway to Shay, shout out to our guy Anthony Rivera, friend of the show.
What up, man?
Time to make sure we don't head back to San Antonio.
Yes,
I'm going to say it right here. Let's be greedy. I don't want Game 5. I don't want this going back to San Antonio. They can remember the Alamo. We don't have to. We don't have to go back and remember the Alamo.
The finals would be over in a week if they do sweep. Because it was just Wednesday to Wednesday. And I don't know when the parade will be. I would guess like
Friday.
Early the following week. Would it be Friday already?
It's right Wednesday. They'd probably do it Friday. No?
They would do it that soon, you think?
No, the 12th.
Oh, it's about the 12th. Well, it's funny. I was supposed to do something that day in the World Cup. Won't be doing that.
Yeah.
You know what?
The parade will lead right into U.S. men's national team disappointment.
Yeah. We'll see.
I mean,
I hope not. I hope not.
If you have high expectations for the U.S. men's national team,
some of us like to be delusional.
That's some hope I can't deal.
I'm not saying winning the World Cup, but win a game. Let's not even get into that.
Round of 16 might be nice.
That's some hope I can't deal.
It's been a great month for me. The Knicks sweep this series. I'm gonna get delusional about everything in my life.
No, too many hope kilos for Dex.
No, I'll tell you this much.
Y'all out here, the price of the hope is going up. That's what you're saying. Yeah. The price of the hope is going up.
I'll be like this. I got engaged the Saturday before Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Knicks are going to win the finals, I am going to sit here and say outlandish things about all my sports teams. You know, shout out to my fiance who watched this whole thing. She wanted to be here tonight. She would have been pissed about the drinks being poured on her, I can tell you that.
I'm sure she would have.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this has been incredible, and if they sweep, it doesn't matter if they sweep. The moment that we could have in New York would be so special. I know NYCFC and the Liberty have won recently.
Yeah.
But something that so many people gravitate to. And we deserve it. We get crapped on a lot. Everyone loves to take shots at the city. It's time to get obnoxious. It's time. If we sweep, I am going to be so obnoxious to everyone who doesn't live in this city.
There's going to be a lot of arrests if they sweep.
Well, I'm not going to get arrested.
See, you know, we did here. Now we sold too much hope. We got Howard in the chat talking about the U.S. men's national team is winning it next.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
Too far,
The
man.
Mets are going to come all the way back.
Nope.
Too far.
You're not getting me there.
The Mets won today 6-0. Keep hope alive.
Well, baseball's the longest season.
I'm willing to go for that hope.
The Mets have time.
The Mets have time.
Well, we'll see.
Timothy Waste from New York.
I like Tim Weah. I just don't know about Team USA. It is what it is.
I'm having a moment. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Look, I see a lot of hype in the chat that's making me laugh.
And also, you just never know what it bears saying, but like you just never know when, if you're going to be back. Like teams are not going back to back anymore, and that includes not even just winning, but just going to the finals.
Yeah.
So like you just don't know. This is why we said you got to take advantage of the opportunity while it's here. And the Spurs, theoretically, it's like, oh, Wemby's going to be here forever. They have a long runway. They don't know either, but there's reason to believe, okay, with him, maybe you'll be back in 2 years. Maybe you'll try next year, all these different things. But so many things can happen. And when lightning strikes, you have to take advantage. And because of that, I think that's another reason that a lot of Knicks fans everywhere, like, you guys should be grateful for this.
Yeah. Look, man, I think that's the thing I've seen. That, you know, Brian Lewis keeps saying it. The Knicks are businesslike. They're a very mature team. And I said it before the series. I thought they understood this moment. The way they've won these first two games shows me they've understood the moment, for sure.
Eastwood Drew says, we sweep, I'm in Rikers the next day.
Drew, we don't want you in Rikers, bro. Yeah. We don't want you there. And you don't want to be there.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
End the show.
No,
we're good.
You know what?
We're good.
There might have been a comment more ridiculous, and it comes from our beloved editor, Wesley Splain. This team would sweep the MJ Bulls.
All right.
I love it. All
right.
You guys
I just rewatched The Last Dance. We're not doing this.
First of all, I'm not giving you the hope on that. You guys are high in your own supply. And we have people high here in the building today.
I can't even say they're going to sweep the 94 Knicks. Like, let's not do this. Let's not do that.
Wow. Don't get me started. I don't want to get in trouble. I have an audience that needs to listen to me tomorrow.
Here's what I'll say. I feel like we're going to wrap here.
John Starks isn't shooting 1 of 17 the next 2 games, I'll tell you that much.
If you're a Knicks fan, you have every reason to believe they can sweep. Yes. I believe they can sweep. I think
it's
they
on
can
the card. It's on the table.
It's on the table.
Sure.
I just think this Knicks team's a really good team. I think this crowd is going to have them really impassioned.
Oh.
And I'll be honest, it wouldn't shock me if they are landing haymakers in the first quarter on Monday. Haymakers.
Yeah.
That first bucket is going to be loud.
I hope we're sitting together or close to each other, because when that first bucket happens, I'm going to just look at you and be like,
wow,
we here.
I got to be a professional.
I'm going to be a professional.
I've almost gotten kicked out of the press box at Citi Field because I forgot where I was for a second.
I won't forget where I am and what I'm doing. But inside, the 11-year-old me is going to be jumping up and down, man.
I'm going to cry.
Dev Wheeler. Shout out to Dev Wheeler.
We just shouted you out. What up, Dev?
Dev Wheeler says, it's over, guys. We shouted you out earlier, Dev, because you were on top of the Knicks not losing another game. So we shouted you out. And, hey, man, let me see what his poll is. 61% of you guys said you're thinking
so it went up a little bit.
39% says one game at a time. I'm with Brian. Both things can be true. We can have the coach speak. We can talk about one game at a time. But, hey, guys, it's been late. It's late here. It's not been late. It is late. We're rocking with you at almost 1 a.m. at Magic Hour. I want to salute our wonderful crew again.
Yes.
Back in the studio. Mm-hmm. Tommy Hogan producing. Nikolai Jackson directing. Wesley Splain, despite his ridiculous comments.
Shout out Wesley.
Doing a fantastic job editing with the graphics. Dev Wheeler saying 50-game win streak on the horizon. 16-2 postseason incoming. It's possible, Dev. Once again, shout out to our great crew here. My guy Charlie with the videography. My guy Russ, extraordinaire with the audio, everything. Brandon Kramer here as well. Shout out to everybody. You're right, Kev. It's Friday. It's early. We got to go home, though. We got to go home at some point. Got to thank my guy Anthony Gallo of WFAN.
Yes.
Fantastic job coming through. You are not an 0-3. We did not want you to walk out here a loser.
I would have felt really crappy.
Not that we think you're a loser, but we didn't want you to walk out a loser.
Got to work on the point differential, but you got an important W.
I'll take it. I'll take it. And, screw the DJ for the heartbeats. Thank you, guys. Shout out to everybody. Honestly, you guys always make me feel awesome. Shout out to the fans. This is a blast.
Yes.
I'll be on tomorrow, if I have a voice or not, 2 o'clock on the fan. So we'll have some fun there, too. But I love you guys. This is great.
Nah, man. Love you, too. Obviously, my great co-host here, Bryan Fonseca, doing a great job, even though he enjoyed the chaos, because that's what he does.
That's right.
Bedlam Bryan over here. That's what he does. Okay, I will be decisive Dex. He's Bedlam Bryan over here is what we do.
Big Bucks Bryan, game 4.
There we go.
Listen, and if the Knicks sweep, this is the last watch along you and I do together for the season. I mean, I'm going to be
part of these watch alongs.
Yeah, you'll pop in at halftime
and stuff. So yes, I'll be popping in at halftime and probably pregame a little earlier, so you guys will see me, and we'll have some postgame stuff. So it's not like I won't be part of the watch along. I will still be there, but I'll be from the Garden. We'll have some good reporting. We'll have some good behind the scenes stuff.
Absolutely.
There's some fun stuff I want to do. I will be trying to talk to some fans pregame, postgame, that kind of thing. We're going to try to get some good content for everybody.
And as far as our guest for Game 3, I won't give it away, but this is a strong hint.
It's going to be
This is a strong hint. It's going to be a fun show.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot.
We got 2 of my favorite people scheduled,
so it should be a fun one. Shout out to all the fans in the chat. There were a lot of you strong during the watch party. And a lot of you strong in here for the post game, so we thank you for that. We also have to thank our people here at Magic Hour, the fantastic job they did, supplying us with the hot water, tea, the food,
honey,
the beautiful
lemon,
space, keeping us protected.
Parm fries.
No shout out to you, the asshole dude that threw drinks up in the air.
Yeah.
You get a big poo. Yeah. We're going to give you a big poo, that's for sure. But everybody, all the Knicks fans that work here, lovely people. Yeah. What was my guy? Kadeem, who was next to me?
We had Kiko also earlier. He felt good.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Shout out to the dude who was looking for the DJ who came over here. We had to point him in the other direction.
Yeah.
The women over here who were just trying to get on camera. The woman here who brought the Always Knicks sign. You know what I mean? People trying to figure out what we're doing. The people who learn about New York Got Game. And all 3 of us, we appreciate everybody.
Shout out to y'all, because you guys make this the best Knicks podcast in the city. The best fans come and rock here with us. It's always a fun experience, and we'll continue to do that. So Games 3 and Games 4, we're going to keep it going. We're going to have a lot of good coverage. If the Knicks win, we're going to be at the parade with good coverage. Live coverage, everything. It's going to be a fun time. So we're going to be here. A lot more updates. New episode of New York Got Game will be dropping on Sunday as well, too. So we'll have something to preview Game 3. I'll have a special guest for that. More coming on that. But this was a fun night. Also, go out and obviously thank again TickPicks. Remember, use that code WatchParty if you want to save $200 on a Knicks home game here in the NBA Finals. Definitely use that there. So, for my guy, Anthony Gallo, the great Anthony Gallo from WFAN, my guy, Bryan Fonseca, on another beautiful night here in New York City. Orange and blue, everything. The Empire State is orange and blue. You shouldn't be down in blue. You should be full of hype, full of excitement. The Knicks are 2 wins away from their first championship in 53 years. That is reason to be excited. Don't turn over any cards. Don't listen to East Blue Drew. Keep the hype alive. We will see you in Game 3. Good night, everybody. Peace.
And thanks for watching New York Got Game. Boom shakalaka.